As CDC director, it's my job to recognize where our actions can have the greatest impact. Had I been in the room and on the committee, I would have voted yes. And that is reflected in my resulting decision to allow the use of Pfizer-BioNTech COVID-19 booster dose for those 18 and older at high risk of COVID-19 exposure and transmission because of occupational and institutional exposure.
CDC Director Rochelle Walensky announcing on Friday that the Pfizer booster shot is now cleared for older adults, those at high risk, and frontline workers. Big questions now about who else should be eligible, what's next for children under 12, and how this will impact the course of the pandemic. And here to take those on, the chairman and CEO of Pfizer, Dr. Albert Bourla. Dr. Bourla, thank you for joining us this morning. I know Pfizer believes that the booster is safe for every eligible American right now. Did the CDC go far enough?
I think that it is the responsibility of the CDC and of the FDA to assign the policies. Clearly, there were people that were thinking that maybe it is time to go broader, and there were other people that they were thinking that it's not really the time to go broader. But and both of them, they have the best of intentions, and they are having very high scientific competence, and they have very high integrity. At the end of the day, I think the decision that they made is a very good one, I think. And we are looking forward to be able to vaccinate all these vulnerable people so that we can put an end to this pandemic.
The World Health Organization reiterated this week that now is not the time for widespread rollout of booster shots. Instead, they said wealthier nations should focus on getting more first shots to countries with low vaccination rates. Your response to that?
I think it's not right to decide if you're going to approve or not boosters based on other criteria other than if the boosters are needed. And I think it is also not the right thing to try to resolve it with an or when you can resolve it with an and. It's not shall we give boosters or give primary doses to other people. I think the answer should be let's give both boosters and doses to other people. And this is the way why we have invested so hard, and we've put all our scientists and engineers to work hard so that they can produce enough doses for all. Right now, by the end of this month, we will have produced 2 billion doses. And by the way, 500 million of these doses already will have gone to middle and low-income countries. In the remaining of the year, we will produce an additional billion doses, so total of 3. And 1 billion of these doses will have gone to low and middle-income countries. That will not change because of the approval or not of boosters.
Many experts say you should be doing more, including Tom Frieden, the former CDC director. Here's a tweet he put out this week. He said, while focusing on selling expensive vaccines to rich countries, Moderna and Pfizer are doing next to nothing to close the global gap in vaccine supply. Shameful, he says. He believes you should be waiving intellectual property to speed vaccine distribution. Is that a good idea?
No, it's not. I think the intellectual property is what created a thriving life sciences sector that was ready when the pandemic hit. Without that, we wouldn't be here to discuss if we need boosters or not, because we wouldn't have vaccines. And also, we are very proud of what we have done. I don't know why he's using these words. We are very proud. We have saved millions of lives with the work.
But is there more you could be doing now? But is there more you could be doing?
I think always there are more that you can do, but I want to make sure that we all understand what we are doing right now. And what we are doing right now, in order to have vaccine available everywhere, the first one is that we need to have a vaccine, because now it is considered given, but 10 months ago, nobody thought that we would be able to do it. The second is that you price your vaccine in a way that everybody can access it. And you need to know that you are giving the vaccine in the high-income countries at the cost of a takeaway meal. But in the middle-income countries, we are giving half of this price. And the low-income countries, we give it at cost. And the third that you need to do, it is that you have enough doses for all. And we have invested billions of dollars. So right now, we can make only Pfizer 3 billion doses this year, and only Pfizer 4 billion doses next year. By the way, also with a recent agreement with the US government that stepped up significantly to enhance global equity, they are buying 1 billion doses from us at cost, but they themselves donate them at no cost, completely free, to the poorest countries of the world. I think no one can claim that there's no other company that can claim that we have done so much good to humanity as we have done. So it's unfair, the comments and the words that he used.
Let's talk about children's vaccines. Pfizer announced this week that the vaccine was safe for children 5 to 11. When should they be eligible for the vaccine?
I think we are going to submit this data pretty soon. It's a question of days, not weeks. And then it is up to FDA to be able to review the data and come to their conclusions and approve it or not. If they approve it, we will be ready with our manufacturing to provide this new formulation of the vaccine, because the vaccine that the kids will receive, which is 5 to 11, it is a different formulation. It is almost not almost, it's 1/3 of the dose that we are giving to the rest of the population.
Finally, Moderna's CEO said this week that the pandemic is on course to be over in about a year. Do you agree with that?
I agree that within a year, I think we will be able to come back to normal life. I don't think that this means that variants will not be continue coming, and I don't think that this means that we should be able to live our lives without having vaccinations, basically. But that's, again, remains to be seen. The most likely scenario for me, it is that because the virus is spread all over the world, that we will continue seeing new variants that are coming out, and also we will have vaccines that they will last at least a year. And I think the most likely scenario is annual revaccinations. But we don't know really. We need to wait and see the data.
Dr. Bourla, thank you for your time this morning.
Oh, it was a great pleasure speaking to you, George, and we are sharing common heritage, so it was
yes, we certainly do.
Honor to talk to you.
Honor for me as well. Thank you very much. Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.